Recently, I overheard two adults having a conversation, arguing about the relevance of grade point average to solving real world problems. One of the adults said GPA, as it is so often called, is needed, while the other kept questioning the relevance of GPA to the success of anyone. I listened to the arguments and the various points they marshaled out, and I was intrigued by the one questioning about the relevance of GPA to solving real problems. They went on, and one comment made actually stayed with me. You can't learn how to ride a bike by reading a book or passing a test. He further stated, can you imagine being a world champion in swimming by getting high grades or passing various tests? Doesn't make sense, does it? Then, I remember the cousin of mine who came to stay over for a National Youth Service program after graduating with a first class in computer science. When he was posted for his first assignment, he came back looking so sad. And someone asked, "Oh, how's your first day?" He then narrated how everything started so strange to him, and how he was teased about having a high GPA, yet he couldn't perform a simple task on the computer. He then said he needed to be sent to the training school for hands-on skill acquisition relevant to the company's needs. Then I thought to myself, why are parents and teachers so concerned about high grades? Don't give the same amount of attention to real life skills outside the classroom. Real skills like communication, resilience, confidence, problem solving, critical thinking, and so much more. Picture this. It's your graduation day. You're standing on stage, diploma in hand, hair full of equations, historical facts, and essay structures. But the moment you step into the real world, let's just say you learned almost everything, but can do absolutely nothing. You're a lawyer, but you cannot even defend your clients in a case. You're a doctor, but you cannot even prescribe medicine for your patients. You're a journalist, yet you can't even look into the camera and speak in front of everyone. You know trigonometry, but you don't know how to handle stress, criticism, anxiety, and rejection. You love to solve equations, but you can't solve real problems. I usually wonder, in geography, why are we still memorizing longitude and latitude while Google Maps exists? Some subjects change in decades. Take math. I won't say I liked it, but I definitely understood it in the beginning. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division all made sense. But then came area of a circle and Pythagoras theory. And then along the line, I got lost. And I'm wondering, unlike technology, math hasn't really evolved much. It's about time we update the system. We reduce students on formulas, but never teach them how to manage money. We reward right answers, not true thinking. We push memorization, but forget to teach application. Why, you might ask? This is because school has been designed on how to teach us how to pass exams and tests, not how to survive outside the classroom. Schools here in Nigeria, what are subjects, not skills? But hold on, let me be clear. Education matters. The problem is the execution and the fact that the curriculum is so outdated. Imagine teaching 20th century curriculum to 21st century learners. Funny enough, you don't have to imagine it. It's happening right now in our educational system. Some people get the difference between 20th century and 21st. Well, let me tell you, the 20th century was over 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we didn't have technology like now. 100 years ago, Nigeria wasn't even recognized as an actual country. A lot has changed over the course of 100 years, but some parts of education obviously wasn't a part of it. A 2023 study by the World Economic Forum stated that 54% of employees will need reskilling by 2025, yet 70% of graduates say they don't feel ready to sit in the workplace. As Sir Ken Robinson once said, we are educating people out of their creative capacities. You will spend 12 years in primary and secondary school learning English, math, memorizing theories and formulas, only for you to go into the real world and can do absolutely nothing. You didn't pass through school. School passed through you. And here's a perspective of education most people rarely look into. Apprenticeships. Apprenticeship is not just watching someone do it. It's joining an expert to do what they do best. Let's rewind. I started my speech today about overhearing two adults arguing about GP relevance and how my cousin, despite having a first class, couldn't perform a simple task on a computer. Now, picture this. What if he had started with identifying that big tech company that inspired him to go for ICT and applied there to be an apprentice? Then after going, lives there with a certificate of competence. Now, he either works for that company, joins another one, or maybe even starts his own. Don't you think all those years of education would be shortened yet more effective? Imagine a chef like Gordon Ramsay teaching you culinary, or a businessman like Elon Musk walking you through economics. There will be no one having to go through a long and rigid system before realizing what they've been learning isn't as beneficial as they thought. It doesn't only have to be jobs like art or culinary. It could be professions like medicine, law, or maybe even politics. We will learn the skills that school rarely teaches: time management, adaptability, collaboration, and so much more. I can't even fit into school speech. Isn't this a better way to be educated? Luckily enough, Fontage International School does just that. Every Monday morning, our dedicated and professional teachers walk us through emotional intelligence for us to be emotionally intelligent. Now that is a necessary skill. It's one thing to learn engineering. It's another to do it in an expert who has done it for over 20 years. So ladies and gentlemen, parents, teachers, policymakers, can we stop looking for the reason why graduates don't seem to fit into the workplace and start looking for solutions? Let's stop looking for why this is happening and start looking for how we can solve it. If you all are willing to listen, my solutions after this short story. In the future, I want to be a journalist. And when I was called to share my idea for TEDx with the teachers, I immediately shied away. I'm year 8, and time is waiting for no one. When will I get the opportunity to face my fears of public speaking? Fortunately enough, I am now bold enough to stand in front of the crowd, all thanks to the skills my school taught me on how to overcome my stage frights. Now, imagine the system undergoes a screening process for admission, not just for English and math, but ask me, what are your hobbies? What do you like doing? What are your interests? And for me, that wants to become a journalist, send me to a media house like CNN, Al Jazeera, or maybe even African Independent Television, AIT, where I'll be exposed to how seasoned journalists sit, look, and memorize their lines. This is what apprenticeships could do. With apprenticeships, physics students could be building solar panels to harness power from the sun to help with Nigeria's inadequate electricity problem. Chemistry students could be developing vaccines for infections like monkeypox and unforeseen epidemics. This isn't dumbing school down, it's making it matter. Remember, life doesn't give you a multiple choice question. It gives you real people to work with and real challenges to face, not to request research definitions and memorize theories and formulas. Now, back to those solutions I was talking about. Policymakers, rethink our curriculum, add life skills as core subjects, not just petty options. Partner and local industries for apprenticeship programs. Our dear parents, stop asking what grades did you get, and start asking, what did you learn that could help you survive out there? My fellow students, including me, it's not entirely our fault, but don't wait for a system to catch up. It will take a long time, maybe even 100 years, who knows? Pick up a little side hustle like coding, baking, or maybe even something you love. This will help you to be exposed to all the necessary skills to execute an actual job with confidence and style. Most importantly, you'll find out quickly whether that path you chose is the path meant for you. Just because you and your friend are following the same path does not mean you end up in the same place. Finally, it's your destination, it's your path, but how you go about it determines where you end up. Join me, and let's make a better, brighter, and more educated future together. Thank you.